Welcome to the first episode of Conversations, where we talk about anything that matters and anything that is important. If you want to be part of this conversation, please share with us topics that you want us to talk about. My name is Enoch Wambua. I am a singer. I'm starting to consider myself as a businessman as well, and an artist in general, and a creative.
Yeah.
And my brother.
My name is Modest Chabari. I don't want to completely lock myself in a box. I consider myself as a creative, but in specific, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a producer, I'm a sound engineer. Kama za Enoch zimetoka kwa studio yangu, which makes me feel so proud about myself. So this episode is mostly, we'll be talking about stuff that matters with life. You get marriage, relationship, career, anything that we feel like we want to talk about, because at the same time I feel like ile era yenye tuko, it's important to have these conversations. It's important to document these conversations for purposes even of research and stuff like that. So yeah, if you have any suggestions of some of the conversations that we can get into, feel free to share with us, and we'll be happy to host some of you. So yeah, cool.
As creatives, I think the best place for us to start is as artists who have been going through interesting journeys in this industry, and we are still going through them. And tumekuwa tukisikia the thing of trusting the process, and I think we need to talk about it.
The strangest thing is that you're maybe 3-4 years into it, you almost think you're at the end, right? Only to realize
you've not even scratched the surface.
You scratch the surface. But then now, I think mostly when, for example, in my case, and I think probably it's the same case with you, when you're starting out, the concept of time and how long it will take for everything you're doing to make sense, haikuwa such a big deal to you, right?
Situko, just
yeah, good vibes, you're so excited to just write music and perform to your friend, to your like 3 friends, and then you release a song, and then just 30 people watch, and you're so happy. You get. Then the deeper you get to it, you start realizing that it's more than that. Like it's the scope in a go bigger from your friends and family, from the 30 viewers, and you have to find a way to like expand your circles, right?
Especially if you want it to be, if you want to make a living out of it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, it doesn't help that this career of ours has been stereotyped, but as in it has been stereotyped as a career that like unataka kufanya muziki, like you want an easy way out of life, just just do it. You get, but people forget that it's hard work. Now I think sasa for most creatives, kwanza because mimi niko na a studio, when I get to interact with like a multiple like wasanii wengi, you get to realize that kuna a lot that it takes to just make an artist, right?
Than just write a song.
Than just writing a song. There's so much.
And recording it.
Like writing a song is one thing. Recording a song is another thing. Releasing a song is another thing. Marketing strategy. Like, and then you have
conversation around it.
Exactly. Sindio. Kwanza the thing we're talking about personality, that wewe kama msanii, it will reach a point where now people want to know what are you, who are you, like tukitoa mziki out of the picture.
And that's any place where you plug in that this podcast is for this show is for that, for you guys to know us better as musicians.
For sure. Too. Like I feel very important, because not 24/7 will someone be listening your music. I feel like as a creative pia ukona like a role in the society to try and impact the society positively, like una influence wase because of the power that you have. Kuna the strangest thing I learned was that music is a universal language. Mimi nazajipata nikiimba sijui ngoma za Spanish huko and I can't even understand what they're saying. But
or even listening to near good vibe.
Near good vibe, you get. So it's important for us to have these conversations, to see us outside the stage and all the gram thing, you know. It's like an unplugged version.
Something about this journey that nimekuwa nikilearn with time ni trusting the process has this element of not looking at other people.
Comparison.
See, when you see like nikiona artist mwingine who were on the same level, amemoka na vitu zake zimekuwa ziko sawa, and then naanza kujiuliza why am I not there? But the thing about trusting the process is that everyone's story is different.
It's very different for sure, man.
Nah, you stick to your lane and keep going on your lane. Na focus on just being a better person, improving your craft. Kama ni improving your craft, kama ni kitu ya hours tumekuwa tusema about 10,000
hours. But it takes a lot of guts and strength is what I learned to not feel the need to compare yourself to someone else. You get, mostly because as in the creative industry, each job ni very emotional. Like it's very hard to separate your emotions from this work because you're not selling particularly you are, but this product you're selling is yourself. These are your stories. These are stories about your friends or things you've experienced. So you're very self-critical of how people respond to it, whether they like it or not. Imagine you sing maybe a sad song and then no one feels that sadness that you're saying. You get, it's going to impact you one or another. So it happens this way that now ukiona mse mwingine una feel maybe whatever is happening to him or her should ideally be happening to me, or why is it not happening to me yet I'm doing almost similar things. Una get, kama ni music videos, una shoot videos power, the same quality, you get. Kama ni in terms of production, the same quality, but here nakani kama like hakuna ni hard sana
not look at that.
Very hard
because iko especially with our career, iko in public, iko online, you can see, you can
conversations in happen. Watu wanasema umsezi
na feel you see as a creative, you see necessary pressure to put on yourself.
For sure.
Keep on your lane, do your own thing, and do it, put in your best. You know something else about the process.
Na pia kukuwa comfortable na craft yako venye iko. Juu kuna wase maybe wao wana appeal to the mass audience, so they will probably get more fans or like more mentions. Get like kuna watakuja na a lot of hype, na maybe for you ngoma zako ni niche. So like you might not get for example, anaweza kuwa na like 10,000 followers or even more, and you're just thriving with 1,000 or something. So you get, but these are two different dynamics that you need to accept that maybe I'm not for that mass market, and it doesn't matter really. Ni kama umse ameomoka na yake na kaimeshika, mazi feel nice to support tu venye unaweza yako inakaa, cause na feeling tu kila kitu inakuwa na time yake. For as long as you're genuinely doing,
you're putting in the hours.
You're putting in the hours. Because you kitu ya 10,000 hours ni kweli. Because lazima unaanza kuandika trash songs. Then the more you do it
at that time, trash.
At that time. Nasema from now where I am, some songs I did like 3 years ago, they're like, hey Modo, what were you doing?
But when you look at it now, I feel like the more you do something, tulikuwa tunasema earlier before we started shooting, how when you do about okay, this is someone in the radio, will not mention names because they have not paid us. Anyway, and about how doing radio for them has been easy because they have been doing this every morning.
For a good 10 years or so.
Exactly. So they've become good at it. So see, even for you as a creative, I don't know who's watching, if you're a creative in any way, what the time you're putting in your craft, the time you're practicing, research, learning, looking in the internet, because this time to connect information, you know something else about I like about the times we're in. We're in a time that we are exposed to so much information online, even in books. So right now ni sisi wewe ukuenchio thirst yako ya wanting to get more information, wanting to get more knowledge in whatever you're doing. Na hiyo inasaidia sana in the process of your trusting the process.
I think to add on that is consistency. Time when you do something so well, you're consistent at it. Right?
True.
That's why kuna watu yani hit after hit after hit after hit after hit.
True.
Because wameifanya so much such that they are consistent about it. You get? So like, okay, for example, when I was now getting into now being like an actual artist, I used to think that these songs, like in my mind, this song ni hit. Right? This song ni hit. Only for you, when you now start posting it online, when you start getting reviews from people, you realize that it's not yet there. Right? Because remember, hizi standards si wewe unaziset. Hizi standards zinasetiwa by external factors, right? The song can be a hit to you, but outside kuna other external factors that are slightly out of your control.
They should not influence you, but you should be aware.
It should inform you of how now to adapt to that particular situation. Na kwanza hiyo kitu ya 10,000 hours, and I think I've mentioned this to you. When I was just doing my research about like when did you get your break, when were you like known as now the star you are, unajua kitu mazimi niliona ni imetake at least 10 years. You get
everyone
at least, and this is not even entirely solely on like creative industry, even in like white collar jobs. 10 years. Like a director and take 10 years to get there. You get? Lakini unajua pia ile life tuna live squeeze ni fast lane. Social media na kuonyesha ni possible sana mazee kukua. Like unajua umeona zile ma video ati a 20-year-old billionaire. Like how did you do it?
I want that.
Now I'm just here at almost natugulia 26.
Kweli. Though I think pia exposure inasaidia sana. I was telling you earlier. I teach guitar. And I'm teaching. There's a kid I started teaching yesterday. Who's 12 years. And he's very inquisitive. He's curious and wants to learn. I don't think I was like that when I was 12 years because of my exposure.
844.
So unaona tiende huko. Unaona him at 12 years. That explains why that 20-year-old is a billionaire,
because they were allowed to think from a very
very early age. From 12 years now you're thinking, and I think like very many adults like in this
like some of us.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he'll do with guitar. Because now ako 12 na kuona kilan na exposed to music. It will be very interesting to see. Keep it here in this show. I will tell you how my student is doing.
We'll do a follow-up on that. But your stuff exposure is true. Because we are what tunakwanga a product of whatever we've grown around.
So what you've been exposed to.
You've been exposed to. So the schools that you went to, they have an imprint in your life. How your parents lived, whatever, your friends, everything. So now, for example, now in my case, unajua inakuanga very hard in the African setting to question. Right? Like a right is a right if I say it's a right, and if I say it's a no, it is a no. There's no
hauna room ya kusema
why. Hauna room of why. Kindly explain to me why. So okay, I don't like put a blame on it, but na feel ni kama ili kulimit from wanting to learn more. Una get? So when we are all told that the only way to education is key to success, it's true, but you can still explore other options, right?
I would like to differ from that norm.
I genuinely
and
feel
say education is not the key to success. Knowledge is the key to success.
But that's the thing. Like, you're not told knowledge is the key. You are told education is key to success.
So I'm saying I think you and your norm we need to change because unaona kama mtoi my aja limitiwa in terms of things I can find out, things I can know. Every morning is like a clean
slate for me to
clean canvas.
Soak up information in any,
and tomorrow we'll add on to that and we'll add on to that. But system yenye tumegrow into
what happens is the system that we've now grown into does not. Kuna watu wanachonga polymath, people who can do so many things at the same time. Like, they can be academicians, wanaweza kuwa creative, wanaweza kuwa business people. It doesn't allow for that because unapaswa kumefocus on one thing and one thing only. You get, anyway, but
tumetoka kwa
tumedigress sana. Even as we talk about exposure, and I'm sure most of you who be watching, you've seen this whole conversation that
on
has
exposure.
been going online about exposure.
That's a good place to go. Twende huko.
And creatives. And here's just my general take. One, I think also I'm sort of a product of exposure. But what exposure did for me is it sort of helped me gain confidence in my craft, right? Put in the hours, you get, and also network. Those are three things that I got from it. There's a place where kila mtu anafikanga as an creative, even as a person, where now you know you have something to offer.
You know your worth.
You know your worth, right? And you're not doing this as a side hustle. You're not doing this as a hobby. This is a career that probably, hopefully, at the end of the month, you upgrade the equipment. You have to do all these things. So once you think you've understood your value and whatever worth you have, then I think the question of being paid by exposure, like, by the time mimi unakuja kunilipa, by the time unakuja kunilipa with exposure, there has to be value to it. You get, there has to be value to it, that hapa najua nikiinvest my money and time, whatever I'm getting in return is greater. It's for a greater cause. But I don't feel like it should be an excuse to exploit someone. You get, and even for the gatekeepers who now decide all these things, right? Like, whatever you went through, that's your personal journey, right?
Tuanze na kudefine who are gatekeepers.
That's a very broad question. This means like event organizers, the marketers, like all those people who determine how your paycheck will look like, right? Like, I'm not trying to say that whatever journey you went through is wrong, right? Also, before I even finish, one thing that I also realized, and I saw this when I was watching a certain interview, there was some guy who like an entrepreneur na managed to make his businesses, but he's from a wealthy family. So he was called out by one of his friends, one of like his competitors. The other competitor ni mtu amebuild from nothing, right? And the guy akasema that this guy was lucky because he had like resources and whatever. So akauliza, why is it that because I had a few resources, why does it bother you? And why does that mean that now my success is invalidated just because of the journey that you went through? You get? Okay. Akasema, if you've been able to hustle your way up and now we are seated in the same table, maybe I might have had it a bit easier.
Back to journey ni tofauti.
Journey ni tofauti, you get?
Back to
so keep that the gatekeepers who are there should at least make sure that the people who are coming after under them, they don't have to go through some of the things that they had to go through. You get? Like, make it easier.
Ni ile mentality ya kama nilibuliwa as a form 1.
Pia lazima itabidi pia
nikitoka hiyo form 1 kuna mtu ataumia, kuna mtu atafurahia.
Una get? So like, kama must make it easier for someone else to, you know, because at the same time hizo throne zimekaliwa,
hautakaa for long.
Now remember that the people who are coming under you wataketi kwa hizo thrones, and then your kids will come through the same system.
Circle,
and you really
life
don't want mviringo tu hivi. So I'm just saying, like, just if you're in a position of influence and you have a chance to change experience ya msanii, cause mimi najua wasanii na do inakupenga some confidence kujua maze hii kitu inaweza make sense,
project inaweza songa, video inaweza shoot, nini unaweza fanya,
una get, na si ati ni mtu akuje ati anaitisha 100k for job ya 10k. That's a whole different thing, you get. Like unaambia tu msee najua it's not much, but at least I'll foot your transport kuja show upige. Na get
but na feel pia we miss out on, you've said an important point of understanding value when you're getting value from something and when you're being exploited. The truth is when people don't, when you personally don't know your value, it's easy for someone who sees your value and calls you to work with them to exploit you. It is very easy. So it's you as a creative to see how is this, whatever you're doing, adding value to you, and what value are you giving to them. Then there unaweza jua, okay, nikienda hii kitu, yes wamesema wana budget, but wananipatia hii ni enough for mimi kwenda hapo na ni give them my best. So
for sure.
I feel like this thing of exposure, we can't have a clear line to say usifanye exposure.
For sure. It's a double-edged sword.
Exactly.
Like it cuts both sides.
Usifanye exposure because exposure si poa, you're being misused. But kama you feel like it's adding value to who you are, to your journey, to what you're doing, go for it.
And that's the thing, that now you as the gatekeeper, while you're offering exposure, provide value. Because wasanii wengi hawajui, wao wako excited that I get your place, but we unajua, like fine, I know that there's no like monetary gain, but what I'll do is while you come for this event, I'll make sure that the photographers who are here will take photos for you.
And you'll have content.
You'll have content. You'll have this, but you're doing the gig for free. You get.
Like that's hizo ideas ndio watu watumie kuexploit.
No, but me, like that's the thing. Like as a gatekeeper,
like understand the value you're giving to the artist.
Exposure is good. Exposure is good because you need to put in the hours for you to ufike craft yako mpaka mali una feel okay now. Fine, I've had enough exposure. I think now I can charge for this service that I offer. You get? Because remember, there's something about also being rare. Right? There's something about being rare. And you as an artist, you need to realize that I don't want to say the less available you are, the better. But in a way,
ile kitu ya business ya the higher the demand,
like
inakongaje kitu
yo makes sense that one. But like, so
andika kwa comments hiyo kitu andika
so like now I can't, it's not like I can take every single gig that's coming my way. Na zingine unakataa, and it's not big nile unaona mazata ile time na resource na put hapa
mimi ndo nakuwa na lose
na get ile value na get mazata si equal. Ndio maana Nashal sema kwa maana worth yako mpaka kuita diva
kweli.
But anyway it's just a funny industry, but we'll push the demon until it works.
Kabisa. So trust the process. Do your thing. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and put in the hours. We'd like to have more conversations like this. Please share with us things that you would want us to talk about, things that you would want us to talk from place of experience, because I feel this is a good opportunity for us to give about like people who have come before us. Mimi nataka sana kusikia story ya someone who's above me in terms of my music, and also I would like people who are behind me in terms of popularity and brand name. Exactly. I would like someone who's behind me as you go through ile struggle me and go through. So we're using this opportunity to share our experiences. maybe my experience will help someone else
learn something,
and it'll help them move faster and move forward faster.
Maze, for sure.
So this is our opportunity to share our experiences, and we would like to host people in this place.
For sure.
If you feel unataka kuwa part of this conversation, please hit us up, and we will definitely connect and do something with you.
And do something. And also just to finish everything off, it's as an artist, for example, and as a creative per se, you need to reach a place where you feel very comfortable with yourself, and you lazima believe in yourself mpaka watu waone umse amechizi. Una believe in yourself mpaka
confidence mwenda.
Una believe in yourself even if you don't know what you're doing. You're just like, yes, I'll do it.
Because with confidence.
Because watu wao notice ile mtu yuko confident, and they can tell, and that's one of the things that
itakumaliza hiyo. Kwanza kama uko in the arts, especially hata kama ni musician nini. Confidence uza. Very confident with yourself.
Build up an ego that does not, the ego does not prevent you from learning
and growing,
and from taking risks. At the same time, that ego should not now be a negative influence, like it unakorofishana na watu nini. But you need some
sweet
sort
balance,
of a sweet spot, Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, tell us how we can make this show a bit better, and
share with your people,
and we'll see you next time.